Hey, what's going on? It's Mike.
Hey.
Tragedy of Miriam. We are filming something here to answer some questions for you guys because I know we've been slacking hardcore.
I usually, give it a good stretch,
Limber up.
do some toe touches, and maybe some vocal warm-ups.
Touching your toes, warming the vocals.
Yeah.
I go to A&W and I get a matzo burger, double matzo burger, and a poutine. And then I attempt to learn how to play guitar and our songs. I have one that I will do first. We were playing a show at Spicoli's a couple years ago with a band called Ghost of Calico, and we were on stage playing, and the whole show was going all right, and I kind of felt like there might be a draft, and I wasn't 100% sure, and then I felt, and my fly was totally down, and the band and all the people at the front of the stage, they had a full view of everything because of the up and down motions, and it was embarrassing for me. I think Nate enjoyed it, but
Probably Aquaman, just because he's badass and he swims.
I would like to be the Invisible Man.
Why?
Why?
Alright. Probably not having a singer for a little bit. Right in the middle of making our CD, our first CD, trying to find somebody that would fit our style and still be good, and letting him learn the songs fast enough that he could record the CD on time.
I think the same thing. I would say, well, sort of, kind of saying goodbye to some older members and stuff, and trying to, get comfortable with newer ones. Going through the process of making friends with these people and getting comfortable with them, and then having to see them go, and then kind of being in the what are we doing now kind of phase.
So, favorite song?
I think Sink or Swim.
Sing or Swim?
I think Sink or Swim because it came together really quickly, and it came together with like that opening riff that is really like there's not anything to it, but then when everything else kind of added to it, it just sounded a lot better than it did alone.
Yeah.
And so just everything kind of came together in one practice, and I thought I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. I think mine would be 110%. Just to have good meaning behind it that kind of involved the whole band instead of just Ian. Obviously it was about a certain person. Least favorite? Probably Infection, because I get slack for it all the time. I wrote the lyrics and they're pretty bad, so yeah, I get shit for that all the time.
I think mine would be I'm Not Flying, I'm Falling with Style. Probably because we wrote that a very long time ago, and just very, it's a little bit bubblegum and poppy, and it's not really one of my favorite songs to play. I know a lot of people like it, so we play it, but yeah.
How did T2M start?
This story is really funny. It's going to take a little bit though, but I was in university, this is a few years back, and I realized that I just wanted to go and buy a guitar and learn how to play guitar. So I, just on the whim,
6 or 7 years back.
yeah, just on the whim, I went to a pawn shop, bought a guitar, and I brought it back home, and I went to work the next day. I worked at a video store in town. So I go to the video store, I got the guitar with me, I'm sitting behind the counter, and I'm trying to learn how to play guitar, as opposed to working. And so Nate came into the video store, and I had known him just from, we grew up in Essex, and I had known of him. And I was just like, oh, here comes Nate. So he comes in, and he sees me with this guitar in my hand, and Nate says, oh, you play guitar? I play drums, we should start a band. So I look at Nate, and I'm like, yeah, I just bought this guitar today, though. And then Nate said, oh, it's fine, I play drums, and we'll be all right, let's just start jamming. So again, I looked at it, I'm like, no, I really just bought this guitar today, like I'm not even too sure how to play it like a note. And so anyways, I ended up going to his house and we started jamming. And Nate had some people that he invited,
jammed in my basement first for a couple of years, then my sister's garage, which she loved a lot. Thanks again for letting us use your garage. And yeah, now we picked up Mr. Van Winkle and we've been jamming at his house. The rest is history, I guess.
We kind of answered that.
Yeah.
The 89 Club band. Winkle would like to say he was in on that, but he wasn't in on that.
He was after the name change, so technically, I guess he was part of it, but we started it.
Yeah, he started it. Okay. Seems like there's another question that just came in. It's why is Mike Bennett so good looking? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question. It's a mixture of a lot of things, like the season that I was conceived, my parents' good looks, and probably just how I've matured as an adult. But yeah, that was a good question. Thank you for that one.
I think there was another related one, something about your beard.
Oh, the beard. How do you grow a luscious man beard?
Luscious man beard, yeah.
It takes dedication and takes a lot of concentration because each hair has to come out at the right length. And so it takes a lot of focus and determination to get all the hairs.
I've tried it.
Nate tries and he gets a really nice one on his neck. But in terms of getting one on my face, and it sucks because I'm answering this question without a beard on my face right now. But probably by the time we cut and edit this, I'll have one. Okay, so a lot of people want to know about how we found Ian, our singer, and our confidant and friend, and heterosexual life mate. It's actually, I'll let Nate answer the story because Nate found him.
I randomly just bumped into Ian. He was in another local band. He actually played drums and did a couple of backup vocals, I think. And he was like, "Oh, I can sing. I was like, "Yeah, alright, you're a drummer, whatever." He was like, "No, seriously, I can sing. I was like, "Okay, whatever."
I think the key part here too is when he looked at you, he said, "No, I'm legitimately going to be the next singer of your band."
And so he came out on a Thursday. It was a Thursday for you. And he tried out. What song was it that he did?
Mayday Parade. 3 Cheers for 5 years.
Yep. And yeah, it was awesome. So we told him to stick around.
So we're going to take this opportunity to kind of tell you about some other bands in the city that we really like, and we might not necessarily fit with on a show or play the same music, but either way you should check them out. For me, the first one I'd like to say is Serial Stellar. You've probably seen us play with them a few times. They're awesome guys, doing really well for themselves. I think they have a new CD coming out soon, so you should check that out.
Silent Movie Type actually just released, I think it's an EP. Awesome guys, really nice. Their sound's really different from anything around this local area. So check them out, they're pretty good too.
The other band I would like to say, it's a band that actually, it's one of the very first local bands I really liked, was Explode When They Bloom. You can still catch them. I know they have a show coming up with Blind Dog, and make sure you can catch them. They have a couple CDs out too, they're really good.
Of course, our buddies at ATF, Assassinate the Following. Super nice guys, good looking bunch of men.
They're strapping.
Yeah, they just shred amazing metal. Might be your style or not, but definitely give them a listen. They're definitely amazing.
And last band I'm going to give a shout out to is Walter Senko from Credible Witness's new band. They're called The Greatest Invention. And so they're just kind of getting started, so make sure, I'm sure a lot of you people have already supported him through his other project, but make sure you check this one out too, it's very good. Thanks again for checking us out. Again, we are the Tragedy Miriam. We'll be trying to do these a little bit more often, and please spread the word about us if you can, and check out those bands, and if you have any questions, make sure you email them into us, and hopefully we'll catch you at a show.
Stay tuned, we're going to be releasing some new songs too soon, also soon, hopefully. Yeah.
We need a full range of motion too. Ooh. up like this, or if you go down like this. Or if I do this. I don't even.
Hopefully you know where to find us. If not, check us out at facebook.com/thetragedyofmariam. M-A-I-R-M. No. What are you doing? We're filming right now and you're on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
What is
Should we
going
ask
on?
about, or should